That's
what is this? Wow, is this? This is, I think it's the second highest payment I've ever seen in the history of the show. I think 2000 was the top. What are you doing?
By the time I went to the finance manager, he said, "Oh, you've been approved, but you got to pay $1,050." I was so mad, y'all, but I was like, can I really afford $1,050 for a car note every month?
And my loan was $46,000, right, y'all? Almost 2 years later, the car is I still have $40,000 on the car.
It's 2026, and some people are paying $1,000 for Jeep Grand Cherokees. I don't even know how to say that without being concerned. Back in the day, that could get you a nice hyper luxury car, a BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Audi, a nice German whip. But now people are paying that for Jeeps. Crazy world we're in. That's what we're going to be talking about today. $1,000 Jeep Grand Cherokees. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Watch the full video. Let's get straight into it. These videos are going to be very shocking to a point where, like, you get to see how concerning these financial decisions when it comes to car financing really are.
Okay, Chase Auto, great. Oh!
Yeah, that dude.
Your last scheduled payment in full. Ah! Amount due 3011. Oh!
That's too much.
Minimum payment is $1,455.57. What is this car? What is this possibly car? What is this? Wow, is this? This is, I think it's the second highest payment I've ever seen in the history of the show. I think 2000 was the top. What are you doing? What do you have, Paul?
Okay, so it's a 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Okay,
this is how.
Cherokee for $1,500 a month?
Okay, listen.
But why are they laughing though? Like, this is a depressing situation. But listen though, they got a good story. Let's hear it.
Story. It's a long story. Okay,
there is
so
a story to this.
all right, listen to this.
Oh, you're getting fees added at a 14.18% interest rate as well. Oh, principal balance $64,378.09. Why?
It's got some vocals.
Swing.
So,
I mean,
I got a 2015 Dodge Ram, whatever. It was like 20K.
Patriot, we love it. Okay.
Okay. 20K. A couple months later, the engine f***ed up, transmission f***ed up, everything f***ed up. That truck went. When I called the insurance, I'm like, hey, man, because since it's a used vehicle, they gave it to me as is, whatever, from dealership. So they were like, hey, we're not covering anything. You don't have warranty on it. So call your insurance. I called my insurance. They asked me 2 questions. Did you hit something? No.
Yeah, it's insurance.
Did you did something hit you? And I was like, no. They're like, all right, well, you look.
Yeah, I agree.
So, all right, I didn't know that. I thought they fucking covered anything.
I didn't know that. There's a big difference between insurance and warranty. The fact that you don't know that insurance only covers damages or collisions, it explains why some people are making 14% interest rates and paying triple for a car that costs $20,000, $64,000 balance. Let's keep going.
Insurance?
Yeah, dude. If it has
common
full
sense.
coverage,
I even told them.
if it has
warranties,
full coverage, you would expect it to be coverage for the fucking truck. Okay,
right.
Point is, after that truck, I took it to the dealership to figure out what the fuck was wrong with it. It was the engine, transmission, some other shit was wrong with it. And so they're like, yeah, man, like they basically sold you a lemon. Like, it sucks. After that, I was like, okay, so what are my options? They're like, well, you can pay the repairs. It's like 15 grand. They're like, or, you know, you can trade it in. And I was like, well, I owe 20 on it. I was like, I'm not
over negative equity.
I rolled over negative equity.
What's the truck worth? Oh, I have it. What do you think it's worth?
The Jeep Grand Cherokee, it's worth like $28K now.
It's worth $27,000. You owe $64,378.09. 15% interest rate, $1,450, and you're behind.
Yep.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing? And then what's this? Is this another car? 2024 something?
No, that's the RV.
All I needed to know is the fact that he thought his insurance was to fix maintenance repairs. These are the people that are making these type of decisions, y'all. $1,500 a month. And then he rolled over negative equity on a car that has so many issues, it's unbelievable. They're cooked. Somebody said, and I'm over here complaining about $550 at 7%. And then they said, no, that's the RV. She's laughing too. These two geniuses deserve each other. I feel like they're just enabling each other, right? I think this is an enabling relationship. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's your money, you work for it. But these type of decisions, not understanding the difference between insurance and warranty, not understanding that a 14% APR on a car that you rolled over $20,000. I never understood the negative equity. Like, if I was in the situation, honestly, I would just keep the car. I'm going to take that L to the face, and I'm going to say, hey, it's a learning curve. It's a learning decision. You know what I'm saying? We live and we learn and we prosper. But some people don't learn. So they just keep putting themselves in sticky situations.
First thing you can do is go to a dealership and buy a car with no down payment. Hear me out. Last year, I was so desperate for a car. I ended up going to a dealership and I seen a Jeep that I wanted. I think the Jeep was about $35,000. At first, they told me they couldn't approve me because my credit was too low. I think it was like a 580. At that point, I had been at the dealership for so long and I wasn't going to leave without a vehicle.
That's a manipulation trick, right? That is just to wear you out. Because they know if you spent that much, right? It's like a sunken cost fallacy. If I've spent this much time here, I might as well leave with something. Gaslighting, manipulation. That's what the dealerships are known for.
The salesperson finally crunched some numbers and I got approved. By the time I went to the finance manager, he said, "Oh, you've been approved, but you got to pay $1,050." I was so mad, y'all, but I was like, can I really afford $1,050 for a car note every month? But in my head, I was like, I don't care what gotta give. I'm not leaving here without a vehicle. So he worked some numbers and he was like, okay, I knocked the 100 out, so all you gotta pay is $950 a month. I was like, okay, cool. I didn't even have to put any money down. They asked me how much I had. I said zero. My APR was a 25%. It was a 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and it was an 80th edition model. And I think I had about 40,000 miles on it, but I'm not sure. And I had already set up my insurance. I had to pay $400 that day before I could even drive out the lot with the vehicle. And before y'all come at me with these comments, I know I did wrong, but I was vehicleless. I was stuck at the house.
What is she? Vehicleless? Oh my, yo, she can't. I can't stop smiling. I swear, it just keeps getting better. I'm gonna try not to smile or laugh.
I couldn't even show up to my kids' events. Like, it made me so depressed. So I was like, I'm leaving this car lot with a vehicle. I sat on it for like 3 weeks and I was like, I can't afford it. I went up in there with a hope and a dream.
You went in there with a hope and a disaster. You left with a disaster, right? Third week, like the first payment hasn't even hit yet. You didn't even get the notification yet in your email. No, my bad. I'm tripping. You did get that. She went in there with a hope and a dream. I'm telling you, I can't stop laughing. Like, she's a good storyteller. I got to give her that. But when it comes to decision making, you knew you couldn't afford this car because in the beginning you said, "Can I really afford that every month? $1,050, right?" Crazy. Let's see first.
But after I sat on it, I was like, I can't afford this. Like, that's one of my paychecks, and then I'm still gonna have to figure it out with my next paycheck on how I'm gonna pay my bill. That vehicle got repoed because I couldn't afford it. And I've had 2 repos in the past, but I let them get repoed because I couldn't afford to fix the vehicle.
So this is a third repo. After the second time, we didn't think to rationalize. Now, my biggest question to people is, right, if you're signing up for a $1,000 Jeep Grand Cherokee car payment, right, and the insurance is $400, that's like let's just say $1,500, right? That's just a car payment and the insurance. We're not even talking about cost of ownership. Let's put that to the side. If one whole check is taken by a car payment and the other one is taken by rent, because she has kids, right? So she got to pay rent. What do we have left? This is the pandemic that people are in, right? And it's so sad, bro. It's so sad that 30 to 40% of Americans cannot cover an emergency expense of $400 without selling something or going into debt for it. This is it. Car payments. It's pretty sad. I don't even know what to say. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's read some of the comments, right? Financial literacy is killing so many people. Oh my goodness. Baby, the issue isn't that you didn't put any down payment. It's that you're buying a $35,000 car with no enough income to afford it, with a 580 credit score, 2 repos already on your record. The down payment is irrelevant at this point. Exactly. That's what everybody's thinking. It's never the down payment. It was all the other factors. I can go to a Toyota and get a 2025 Corolla right now, no down payment, for a $430 payment. That's what a good credit. You didn't have the credit, down payment, nor the money to get a car. All right. Somebody said, friends, 25%. That's generational debt. 1,000%. Most people don't even understand what APR is. In the next video, we're going to get into it on why people don't really understand. The other clip, the first couple that were enabling each other to just make bad financial decisions, 14% APR thought they were okay. The issue wasn't the 25%, cousin. The down payment only knocks down about $20 per thousand you put down. Yeah. You put $5,000 down, it literally takes it down by $100. So instead of being 1,000, she would have paid 900 or even 800. The number one thing is you need to be prepared to leave the dealership with no car. That was her best situation. But again, it's hard to tell people what to do because they already know the right thing to do, but they're not going to follow those instincts because, again, she was vehicleless. So comment down below what you think. This young lady is paying $46,000 on a 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokees. For those type of car payments, people could afford Porsches, BMWs, Mercedes, Audis.
Reason why I'm sharing this information with you guys, because I don't want you guys to be like 17 thinking about getting your dream car. If you don't have the money for it, don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I just want to document my journey, how I'm going to get rid of it, right? So basically, boom, I financed this car. The vehicle in total was $39,000, right? But I was upside down $10,000, basically like $10,000.
So second person that's rolling over $10,000.
I traded my old Kia, and I didn't know, the dealership didn't tell me that the Kia's been in a lot of accidents. It hit a motorcycle, it hit a person. Like, they didn't tell me none of this shit when I got the Kia. I'm thinking like nothing's wrong with the Kia. It hasn't been in no car crashes. I asked him, he said no. So I'm thinking everything's okay, which was cap. But it is what it is. I financed it for 14. What's it called? It's called APR, something like that. 14%.
Yo, we gotta do better. This is starting to be embarrassing.
I financed that for that, and my loan was $46,000, right, y'all? Almost 2 years later, the car is still. I still have $40,000 on the car. I want to tell you guys, but I don't want to show you guys my VIN number. But like, deadass, y'all, like, this shit is crazy, y'all. It's crazy. Like, how do I show you guys without telling you guys?
So 14% interest, and the car she financed for 46.
Me struggling right now. My mom doesn't know I'm struggling. My mom is struggling too, and it's just like it's hard because like I've been making the ends meet with DoorDash. If it wasn't for DoorDash, I wouldn't even be able to eat. And it's like this car is on my dad's name. And it's on my name. My dad's trying to get a house. He just got a house. He sold his house, and now he wants to get another house. I don't want to mess up his car, like his credit, because my dad have really good credit, like 700. This car is on my name. Is my dad's.
All I'm gonna say is that these car payments are keeping a lot of people broke, keeping a lot of people poor. Generational debt, generational like trauma. The fact that you don't even know what an APR is alarming. It's very troubling at this point. She's 17 years old when she got it. Now she's 19, still paying $1,200, and that's what APR is. And because you're paying 14%. Majority of that $978 that you're making is going to interest. So the principal is not even being touched, which is the reason why a lot of people are in this negative equity. If you don't put half down, you're going to be in a negative equity situation on top of having a high interest rate. It's a recipe for a negative equity rollover. And on top of the fact that like you really thought that the dealership was going to hold your hand, they're not there to lose money. They don't care. They have no feelings. They have no morals. They have no ethics. Listen, you're just a young girl that don't know what she's doing. And they're doing that Mr. Crab in the back. Let's get this money and let's screw over this little girl. You got to do your homework before you go into a dealership. Credit union is also a thing. She also said she doesn't make enough money. Again, this is another situation just like the last video, that one whole check is going to the car. If 50% of your income is going to a car, the other check going to your rent, what do we have left? Dealerships love to see young girls come in for this exact reason. 14% interest rate is wild. Get rid of the car. It's hard for her to get rid of the car, y'all. 14%, they scammed you. I'm sorry, that's horrible. How is she supposed to know that's horrible if she doesn't even know what APR is? Financial literacy needs to be taught. Car salesmen are crooks that take advantage of the uninformed, just bought a car with 5.5% with the credit union. Listen, it is not anybody's job to teach you financial literacy. Some people, smart people, will learn from their own experience, but a wise person is going to learn from other people's experience. And that's what I like to preach in this channel. Credit, listen, you got a good deal, but 5.5 still having a car payment, if you can afford it, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? But most people don't even know what that is. These dealerships have to be held accountable. They know good and well what they're doing. You're going to be waiting a long time if you think these people are going to learn. Car notes are the biggest wealth killers. That new car excitement is short-lived. Hope it works out for you. The problem, this is a good comment and I love it. The problem with most people's finances is that they chase happiness with money. Happiness is a fleeting emotion. If you're seeking happiness in every transaction, the dopamine falls after 5 minutes or sometimes a week with the car. After that, the next 3 weeks, just like the second clip, you're going to have to come up with that money. I don't care what you have to do. And this young lady is doing DoorDash to make extra income, which shows us that we really can't afford these car payments. Car payments, if you can afford it is one thing, but a lot of people in this economy cannot afford it. And they're going to do things that are very, very hard and very troubling. And it's going to make us work backwards. But I'm going to end the video here, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm. Let's get this video to 200 likes. Share it. Let me know what you guys think down below. I really want to know your thoughts. That being said, do good, be good. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.